smart, she's quick. She is an amazing person, and I feel very fortunate to be here on her behalf. So I want to get the show on the road. There's a couple people here who would love to talk to you a little more about Nicole. So we have Shiv here. If you could step forward. Siva, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I already told him I was going to mispronounce his name. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to let you say your name. There we go.
Thank you very much. I am Siva Subramaniam. Siva is fine. Thank you, Nicole, for the opportunity to be here. Now, just for the record, if you are wondering if I'm related to Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm not related to him at all. Not even close. Now, that out of the way, Nicole and I have been working together as a part of the Shrewsbury 300th Anniversary Celebration Committee for the last 6 months. Nicole has been a fantastic person to get to know and work with. She's a busy mother, a hardworking professional, and I have come to know that she's very involved in the community. And when I say she's involved, she's really, really involved. Let me make sure I get this right, Nicole. You are not only a part of the 300th Anniversary Celebration Committee, you are a member of Shrewsbury Development Corporation, you're a town meeting member, and you're a member of the Rotary Club. I think she has found out how to manufacture time.
I wake up early.
But I believe that all that sets her up really well to run for the select board, to be a great candidate for the select board. I have seen her as a person who understands the bylaws, who understands the town organizations, processes, and people, and she's embedded in the system. And secondly, I have seen her over the last 6 months that she's a great leader. She takes the time to listen to people. She works with people. She works with groups and tries to move things forward, tries to get things done, which is a great strength to have. And lastly, I've been telling a few people that I met here, it's a great group of people here, that I have been in the town for the last 17 years. Our kids have grown up here, they've gone through the school system. And one of the things I love about the town, it's a practical, no-nonsense type of town. And I think Nicole is such a person. Last thing I want to say is, she was telling me yesterday that, you know, representing some 40,000 people is not an easy task. I agree with you, Nicole, but I also think your heart is at the right place and you're well qualified. So all the best to you.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Shannon Wallace. Shannon brought her children with her. They probably want to get up here and sing some songs.
I don't want to give my daughter Catherine a microphone. We will never get it back. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here to speak on Nicole's behalf. You know, I first met Nicole as a friend, and I found someone that was thoughtful and supportive and just a really great, caring person. And then one day, Nicole joined the Rotary Club, our organization that is dedicated to community service. And I found a person who was equally as committed to supporting the community in whatever way she could, showing up for any initiative we were running, even if it meant coming by before the event got started. She didn't have the time to be there at the events, but to make sure that we were set up and we had everything that we needed. And not only that, but I found a friend who was an organizer and knew how to get things done. And so we shared that together. And then I saw my friend as running for town meeting, as an elected town meeting member, and I saw her real independence and fierceness come out, not afraid to stand up for what she believed in, using her experience to really consider all factors when making a decision, someone that was really committed to making sure that the decisions we make today impact the future. And I think it's amazing to be your friend, Nicole, and also for everyone now to see this amazing leader that is a part of our community, that is so dedicated to making sure that our community thrives, and really wants the best for all of us. And I know that if elected, Nicole is going to make an amazing addition to our select board today. So I just wanted to say my support and congratulate you for even running and being a part of our wonderful community.
Thank you.
So I would just like to say, it's not if she gets elected, it's when.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I am always, glass is always full with me. Next up, we have a legend, where do we have? He's sleeping. He's tweeting or he's sleeping? Both? All right. So, for those of you that have lived in town for a long time, we have really a Shrewsbury relic. And I don't mean that in an insubordinate kind of way, but...
Let's go back to legend.
Okay, legend. John LeBeau, can you step forward, please?
Well, thank you for that very kind introduction. Hey, everyone. I serve on the 300th anniversary celebration committee with Nicole, so I know exactly the first time I met her. I met her at our first meeting, which was March 28th of last year. So I haven't even known her for a year yet. In the almost 1 year that I've gotten to know her, I've become very impressed with her. I learned very quickly that she takes her work very seriously, but very importantly, she doesn't take herself very seriously. And I think that's very important for a member of the select board. I think it's important to note how interested she is and how important she finds it to learn about the structure, to learn about the history, to learn about the why of why Shrewsbury does the things the way they do. As a recovering small business person myself, I'm very pleased that at her law firm, she's a managing partner. And I think it's very important that some of our elected officials, this might be an antiquated expression, but sign the fronts of checks more than the backs of checks. I think it's important that we have leaders that have that small business mentality that you gotta make payroll, you gotta pay your expenses, you gotta stay in the black. I had the opportunity to serve with 13 members of the then named Board of Selectmen, so I think I have some sense of what some of the qualities are that make a good select board member. I think it's very important that our members of the select board are not one-issue people, that they're looking broadly at the whole town. Nicole is, as they say, wicked smart, but she knows and she doesn't ever try to be the smartest person in the room. And that's also a very important quality that a select board member should have. I believe she's running to make things better. She's not running because she's angry about something. And I think that's essential to be a good select person. So, okay. So, as I wrap up, I honestly believe Nicole Torres has the temperament, the judgment, the empathy, and maybe most importantly of all, the humility to be an excellent member of the Shrewsbury Select Board. And one comment / new candidates particularly hate to ask for help. I'm constantly reminding her to ask. So I'm going to ask. This is a contested election. Every single vote counts. Nicole's doing a great job, but she needs all of our help. Write her a check, put a sign in your yard, endorse her campaign, talk her up to your neighbors, and be sure that on or before May 6th, you vote for Nicole Torres in the annual town election. Thank you.
And I know you're here to hear from Nicole, but I would also say, is there anyone that I know that can use their time more efficiently than Nicole? I mean, she is a full-time mom, she's a full-time attorney. She has had how many coffees, Nicole?
78.
78 coffees with individual people. That is unheard of. We don't do that. Nicole cares about you, and I agree with whatever the other three people that have said whatever they've said in front of me, but but more importantly, I just want to say, I think Nicole is the best candidate, and I'm so honored to be here, and I'd like to hand it off to Nicole.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming. Before I speak about my candidacy, Mary Beth won a very big award today. Diamond Status Award as a Realtor in Massachusetts. You need to give her a massive round of applause for that. Amazing. I call her my fairy godmother. So just to tell you how I met Mary Beth, hold on 1 second. I have run a couple marathons. I was running in town training, hating my life, and I kept staring up at this beautiful building in the center of town with purple and white, and I'm like, this building is so cute. And I reached out to her, just a cold email, and I said, hey, I'm a real estate attorney. I know you're a broker. Can we have a coffee? And I swear to God, if you know the two of us, we like to talk. It was 3 hours later, I finally came home, and my husband thought I had gotten kidnapped. And then the next day, you know, it's almost like having a really great first date. And I was like, I hope she liked me as much as I liked her. And I got a huge bouquet of flowers, so I knew that we hit it off. And she truly is my fairy godmother. So one more big round of applause for Mary Beth. She is either to blame for all of this, or we can say thank you to all of this. And my partner David just came here. Everybody say hi to David. This is my partner at our law firm. So I want to start by actually introducing my family to you. As you can see, they want to be involved. This is Jax. He will be very quick to tell you in 2 days you turn 6. Yeah. This is Lucy. Lucy, what's your favorite animal? Cat. Amazing. My husband, Ramiro, he has this little radio show. Once in a while, people tune in. You might have heard it. At events, it's usually me awkwardly standing there while people take pictures with him. So this is a really nice change of pace for both of us. Yeah, this is great. But again, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know it's a busy Thursday night. A lot of you are coming and going to different things. A special thank you to Siva, Shannon, and John for speaking on my behalf as well. And again, thank you to Mary Beth for agreeing to MC my official campaign kickoff event. It is truly an honor to stand here before you as a candidate for the Select Board. I am excited to officially kick off this campaign, but I am even more excited to work alongside all of you to help make a positive and lasting impact in the town of Shrewsbury. You can stay. That's fine.
Can I read?
You don't know how to read just yet, but we're almost there. I also want to take the time to introduce, where's my dad? My dad, Jim, there. I forgot to introduce him. So we moved to Shrewsbury about 7 years ago. So for about 7 years, I've been begging them to move here, and they finally did. So we brought them here. They moved here in January. Yes. Truth be told, my family and I initially found Shrewsbury entirely by accident. And I always say it's one of the happiest accidents of my life. And I mean that. We might have found this town after falling in love with our current home during an open house, but we quickly learned that this town was not simply a place where our house happened to be located. Quite the contrary, I have found that our real home is actually the town itself, outside of the doors of our physical home. Since moving to town, I have also experienced firsthand the tremendous school system that our town has to offer its residents, with both of my children attending the Spring Street School, kindergarten and second. Additionally, I have encountered incredible people and a very real sense of community from my neighbors. And some of my actual neighbors are here tonight, which is great. As much as I love Shrewsbury and truly believe it is the best town that I could have chosen for my family, I know there is potential for the town to achieve even more. Our community, and I truly believe this, is made up of thoughtful, passionate individuals, and I know that if we listen to one another, respect the opinions of others, just as much as we respect our own, and believe in listening to what others have to say, we can shape the future of our town to not only build on the legacy of Shrewsbury's history, but also conquer greater heights than we might have ever thought possible. Hold on. As I officially step into this campaign, I want to be clear about what I stand for. As an attorney, I believe in basing my decisions on all of the facts from reputable sources, not Facebook. I ad-libbed that. And not simply acting based off of inaccurate or partial information. My entire life, I have never been afraid to voice my opinion. Dad, you can speak to that. Even if it is unpopular or runs counter to the majority. As a small business owner, I believe in a fiscally conservative budget that also recognizes the delicate balance between the needs of the future and the financial strain of the present that so many are facing. As your select board member, I will listen to every community member, advocate for those underserved members of our community, and act with integrity and vision when making decisions. I will support a balanced approach to maintain the core services of public safety, education, and infrastructure, as well as the services that are important to the quality of life in our town, such as the senior center, the library, parks, and rec. I will recognize that economic development is important to ease the tax burden on homeowners, but each new project needs to be carefully considered regarding feasibility and desirability in our neighborhoods and the greater community. As a mother of 2 young children, I want to see our town maintain its strong history of civil discourse when we're working through strenuous issues. I teach my children to listen as much as they speak and to treat others with the same respect they wish to receive in return. We need to set an example for how to treat one another, and I will always respect the opinions of those around me, even if I strongly disagree with them. As a woman, and by the way, it's Women's History Month, so claps for that. Yes, claps for that, thank you. As a woman who strives to make thoughtful and well-informed decisions, it is my goal for every member of our wonderful community to feel equally as informed in all select board decisions. Not only knowing the decision itself, but the why behind the decision and all information that was taken into account. As Siva mentioned earlier, and I've been saying this to all 78 people that I had coffee with, which is a true story, decisions made on behalf of an entire town of nearly 40,000 people cannot be entered into lightly. And in order to create and maintain trust in the community, transparency of decision-making is absolutely key. I cannot do this without the support of you and others in the town of Shrewsbury, so please continue to spread the word and let others know that I want to hear from them. I have more room in my calendar for more coffee. I've become a coffee fiend. I will also happily accept any monetary contributions you're willing to make. And Mel, where's Mel? Which one? Melanie Petrucci, right there. There are several Mels in the room, I learned, a common name. She'll be ready to give you a yard sign on your way out if you haven't already signed up. We can hand you one, or I can come and deliver one to you on Sunday if you want to decorate your yard. I recognize that if elected, I'll represent those in the community who may not agree with my stance on certain issues, and I take that responsibility very seriously. I want people to feel heard and recognized, and I want Shrewsbury to remain a place where each and every member of our community can flourish and reach their potential in every facet of their lives. I truly look forward to this journey towards what I hope will be a seat on the select board, and I hope that in a couple of short months from now, I will be speaking to you as select board member, Nicole Torres. I simply cannot do this without your help. As John mentioned earlier, this is a heavily contested election. There's a lot of varying points of view being presented by the candidates. If you'd like me to be elected to one of the 2 available seats, again, I need your active support. Please consider making a campaign contribution, putting a sign in your front yard, becoming an endorser, introducing me to your friends and neighbors, and most importantly, vote for me on May 6th. Thank you again for your support, and I cannot wait for what's to come.
Thank you, everybody, and you all can take pictures with me and my family.
Fundraiser. Huh?
$5 a picture.
$5 a picture. Jack says $50 a picture. Do I hear 100? Thank you all for coming. Please enjoy the food, grab a drink, and we'll talk.